What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. I appreciate you tuning in. The day is finally here. The 27-day winning streak is over, snapped. A small red day today, small, which is the key thing of the day's been snapped, but it's all right. A losing day today, I think a lot of people got chopped up today because it was just super choppy. A lot of conflicting ideas of long, shorts. The 15-minute says this, the 1 minute says that. Nothing's breaking out. How do we survive these days? Lots of lessons in it, so I definitely want to talk about that. But I also want to talk about the benefits of snapping this streak, if there are any, right? So let's take a look at the trade Zella here first. There it is. Like I said, a small red day, which is the key factor in this. Too many times in the past for me and other traders as well, when you have that losing day, okay, no problem. Those are going to happen. But how big is the losing day? Is it 3 days worth of your gains, a week worth of work, or a month worth of your gains, right? That the worst thing to do would be have 27 straight days and give it all back in 1 or 3, right? Limit the downside, live to trade another day, and we could easily make this $400 back and be back at equity highs, right? That's why red days are no problem. They're going to happen. But if they're too big, that's a problem. So here's just me reflecting on my DRC. That's how I'm feeling today. Just, damn, the streak's been snapped. But honestly, it's all right. Let's take a look at some of the setups here on Trading View. Got some drawings on there already. Nobody look. Giving away the sauce already. So if we look here on the left, shorts this morning were pretty much the play, right? Just consistent lower highs. The longs were not working. We had a few people on ASFX TV look at some longs as buyers try to take control here for the first time above New York VWAP. Those were not holding. That I think when it comes to this last one, it's very avoidable to not take this long because buyers are just really struggling to stay above. That the worst thing to do would be make another lower high, and it does, right? So this one's pretty avoidable at the end. But I think these first two have some merit to it because you're kind of holding this bottom here. But what I can't do is trade against the structure. So I am liking the longs on the 15-minute, which we'll get to, but I can't ignore these, as of now, lower highs and lower lows, technically. We are falling. So it's a tough buy to get, even if we are above the New York VWAP for now. That my best bet, like I say all the time, don't be afraid to miss it. Let it make a new high, pull back. I'll find the easier long after that, right? So I'm not fearing of missing out on any move because I know I could find plays later on if this does want to pop in the direction I think it does. But I don't take it long. I take it short once we get that big news push down. We respect the opening range low. We respect the New York view up as well. And we actually just took out the initial balance there, which I could throw on. So let me go push for a new leg lower. Now, the thing on here, I don't have it drawn, but we did have a gap fill report from Edgefield, which had like a 68% chance of being filled. And it did. But I did not get my 1R. You can see it goes maybe about literally 1R. That was a lot of strength in that selling bar, so I thought, let's keep holding it. Let's go. Let's make some money. And I got to break even on this trade. So not the end of the world, making a break even, but definitely probably should have secured profits, especially if I knew about the gap fill or more conscious of it, because I knew it was there, but it was been filled. So get out of the way. It doesn't have to fill and keep running. And it, in fact, did not. So break even there, but I talk about it all the time as well of your first trade kind of sometimes paints the picture for the rest of the day and sets how you're going to behave and act. That since I got to break even on that, what if I got a win on that like I could have? Would I be done for the day, one and done? Or I'm up on the day and then I come back later and I'm seeing all this chop? Well, I already have money in the bank. I don't need to trade this. But I don't have money in the bank. I didn't take a winning trade today, so now I'm more induced to take something because I want to make money, right? So I think the power of securing a gain would have been a huge benefit for anybody because they're less likely to have to trade later. Or if you did trade later and lose, you're just giving back gains. You're not actually going red on the day, right? So that break even in the moment, not a big deal. It's just a break even. It snowball effects into the rest of your day. And maybe sometimes, in the worst cases, other days as well. But then we pull back. And like I said, we'll take a look at the 15-minute because I was kind of bearish all morning, but more so bullish on the 15-minute. So very conflicting right there and right then and there. That's not a great sign. If I'm seeing two different directions just as easily and I have no true confidence in exactly where I think this wants to go, I'm normally pretty one-sided. Now let me just look for my price. But whatever. We don't take this lower day break here because, like I said, the 15-minute, I can still see it coming back higher. But I cannot ignore now probably 6 times these consistent lower highs. Definitely still falling on top. But every time sellers aren't really showing strength to really push us lower, but buyers aren't winning either. So once we get this stronger breakdown on the lower day view up again, we made another lower high, stronger bar below this lower day view up. All right, maybe now we're ready to pop because it is only 12 o'clock. It may have been ugly, but we know we could find trend in the afternoon if it wants to wake up. It didn't, so I take the loss here. So one thing would be if I bag the win, maybe I'm just giving it back. and it's a break-even day, or I bag the win and I'm done. So there could have been plenty of different outcomes of today's trades just by taking the two same trades, just two different outcomes based off my management, right? So thankfully the bleeding was cut there because it turns into ugliness, right? I mean, you could have done either direction here, long or short off this New York bounce. It actually does finally drop on the news, and then it bounces right off of yesterday's New York VWAP, bounces right back higher, and actually does double break, which was the reason I wanted the shorts earlier. And then it comes all the way back down. So just a wild, wild ending. Let's go back to the 15-minute here. And why I was looking for potential longs. Let's throw in the daily VWAP here, make that black. Of why I wanted potential longs, because I'm obviously zooming back on the week. This is a Thursday, Monday through Wednesday, clean bullish. I'm definitely still long biased, and seeing the way we even closed today and continuing overnight, I still am long biased, right? So you can find money short, but I'd much rather find the high probability money back into the bullish trend. And I say that all the time because even on this Wednesday, is it right? This is Wednesday. The move overnight isn't freaking me out for, oh, it's going to be a bearish day. It's just setting in the higher low. We continue back higher. Same thing on Monday or even to Tuesday. Move down Tuesday overnight. Tuesday morning into the open brings us back into trend, right? All it's doing is just creating a higher low for us to catch the next leg lower or higher. So same thing, it took all day, but now it looks like, there's just the pullback, and then Friday might be just as bullish, and then it's going to look like a clean bullish week. How the hell do we lose money going short? Because there's plenty of pockets of bearish price action in this bullish trend. So you just got to be patient and wait for the longs to be ready to step back in. Today I was trying to predict when they would step back in, they just were not. So now we go back to today's 15-minute. Look how clean that is off yesterday's New York into the changeover and still crawling up higher now. That looks nice. So damn, we finally got the pop higher, but like 8 hours later. Come on. But I mean, you could definitely look at the 15-minute here and say, I want longs, but this is where I was taking that short. Because, okay, well, now we're right back below the daily. So maybe this does want to move lower, right? But we're really still at it. And from the pre-market, we're still making these higher lows. So we're still not super bearish, but buyers aren't making new highs. We're still making these lower highs on top. AKA, what's happening? We are wedging. No one's in control. We're just getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And then finally does pop. And it pops right back up. But regardless, it was very, very tough to make money, I think, today with our normal breakout strategies. Not that you can't make money, but I talked about it on the stream, and it kind of goes against what I traded, I guess. That your low a day breaks. If you just look at them black and white, simply it's breaking a low a day view up. Sellers must be in control and we go lower, right, Evan? Think about the conditions of today. It's not a trending market where breakouts are working. We're not breaking out anywhere. We're not breaking out for new highs or new lows. So a breakout strategy like a lower day view up break isn't going to return the same win rate as a day when it's trending. So I can see the lower day view up all I want. Doesn't mean this one's probably going to win, right? If it was trending, I'd say, oh yeah, why wouldn't this move lower? Because we're making clean lower highs and lower lows today. But when the 15 minutes actually trending higher, a lower day break isn't going to feed you the same amount of wins as a trending day would, right? I mean, you can look at my other markups. This is what I'm looking for. The clear ability to make new highs, retest to a key level. Let's go make another new high again. Same thing with this day. We're clearly making new highs, trending. Someone's clearly in control. No one's thinking, do we look bearish? Everyone's in agreement of longs here. So that's the first key sign that this is a clear trend. Pulls back to key level. Let's go make another new high. Another one, right? This is the price action that I should be trading. I do trade it. And even the self-awareness of today, whether you got beat up, you made a lot of money, a little bit of money, whatever. The whole important thing of not letting the big days or the big red days happen more than once in like a quarter, ideally, or a week, but whatever. When you have a losing day, don't let it be too big. But when you see the chop like this or you're not convinced on a certain direction, that's fine. Recognize early on that it's looking choppy. These are not the conditions that have been paying me. This structure does not look like this. So maybe I don't need to be in the market right now until it looks like this again. And then you would have saved yourself some money. But not only do you need to recognize it, you also need to have the discipline and the strength to pull yourself off the desk. I had plenty of people DMing me and saying, I'm feeling like I want to get back in. I took 2 losses. I'm losing a lot today. Okay, well, I could tell you all I want to step off the desk, but if you don't want to listen to me, you're not going to listen to me, right? Because you have to have the self-awareness to say, you know what, this is not for me. This is not what's been paying me. I'm probably going to get burned here. I don't need to, even if it does win, I don't need it. It's just not worth the risk today. And then pull yourself off the desk. But too many people are going to stick around and try to chase things of, okay, now we're going higher. Okay, no, now we're going lower. And then you get beat up, you're tilted, a lot of trades. Poof, your account is gone. So slow yourself down, have the self-awareness, and also the plan of the long-term vision of this is just one day. It could feed me beautiful trending trades for the rest of the month. Let me survive and be able to trade those, not try to make all the money today because it's just not lining up for it. So if you did blow your account, super unfortunate, honestly. But you can go with Tradeify. I did 2 giveaways for them today of a straight to funded. So if you do need an account, you can actually get 30% off all of their plans here, whether it's the growth account, the straight to sim funded, of 30% off if you use my code Evan Dyer. So definitely scoop up as many of these accounts as you want. I have 3 right now. I'm gonna have 2 copied, 1 solo, but I definitely recommend the straight to funded. So you can just cut out that challenge stage and just get straight into the payout stage of building a buffer and taking payouts. So definitely, if you're gonna buy one, don't buy it at the full price. Use my name, get 30%, and let's start trading them together on my streams on ASFX TV, where we take all these trades live. We were looking at this morning of I don't know where this is going. This is super choppy. Everyone's already getting beat up early. But if you look at the course, you could also see the markups are going to look like where to go. The markups are going to look like this because that's the trend. That's the setup that we want. That's the playbook setup. That's where our best probabilities are. That's how we got a 27-day streak. So it's honestly no surprise that I lost the streak on some BS like this, but that's the way it goes, and it's all right. We live to trade another day. We'll finish the month strong. So if you guys didn't get beat up too much today, like I said, hope you guys found some value in today. Lots going on, lots of chop. Keep an eye on that 15-minute. Keep an eye on yourself, of your self-awareness of how you're feeling. Do some temperature checks, and don't be afraid to step off the desk. All right. So I appreciate you. Trade safe. See you guys on the charts tomorrow morning.